welcome into KXLO Live. I'm Heidi, your host today. I'm usually your host Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. I'll also be your host from the Central Montana Fair this afternoon, also kicking off at 1. So come by and say hi to Kim and I as we're out there from 1 to 5 tonight. But in the meantime, even though Central Montana Fair is going on, and that's what my world seems to be living in the last few days, or the last couple of weeks, but hey, there's stuff that still goes on besides fair, and I got Representative Shane Clacken on the phone, and he's been up to Helena for some legislative stuff. He always has a busy week, so let's tune into Shane. Good morning, Shane.
Good morning, Heidi.
How's it going?
Well, it's going good. It's a great day over here in Helena. I'm videoing at the same time here so people can see the construction going on. They're taking the dome off the Capitol to refurbish it. Apparently there's a 2-year project going on here, and we'll watch that as it advances. But I was here yesterday for a committee meeting, and had some more meetings this morning regarding that committee meeting, and head out and get back to the Central Montana Fair by this afternoon, I hope, after this radio spot.
All right, so what's your week look like besides being in Helena?
Well, there's certainly other things going on. You know, I'm still doing this stuff out at the ranch. We got wood loading going on out there. I still do have some free firewood for people who want it. Monday, July 20th, we went into the committee of the whole meeting to learn some stuff about what's going on. I learned a lot about what's going on at the airport. Brad Armour was just full of information. Unfortunately, I was not able to stick around for the actual City Commission meeting. I think part of the folks there were interested in that project up there on Spring and 8th Street. I was hoping to be able to get in on a little bit of that, but they didn't talk about that during the Committee of the Whole. And Tuesday, July 21st was a very important meeting at the BLM office regarding FWP public comment about the Helena Ranch being considered for a conservation easement, and a controversy there about a 99-year easement versus a perpetuity conservation easement. And I did point out to them that Article 13, Section 6 of the Montana Constitution may be problematic, and it says about perpetuities in the Montana Constitution, Article 13, Section 6, is that no perpetuities shall be allowed except for charitable purposes. And I think that's a potential problem. We'll see how they work through that. And that Helena Ranch is a 3,600-ish acre property off the northeast corner of the Big Snowies. And I'm sitting in the committee room here at the Capitol and realized I made a mistake on that radio piece about the Helena Ranch location. The Helena Ranch is located on the northwest corner of the Big Snowy Mountains, and it will provide some access for people into the National Forest, and also on the private property for whatever the conservation easement allows. Of course, Wednesday, July 22nd, the fair started. I was there at 7 o'clock helping setting up the Fergus County Republican booth. And lots of things going on the rest of the day, like eye exam where they dilated my eyes, and it was a really bright day. Had a constituent meeting at 11 trying to help this person help with their business operate more efficiently, get some red tape changed so that the business can operate more efficiently but yet still meet the intent of the law. And then that evening, my Constitution class, the third installment of my Constitution class, was held at Central Baptist Church. Wasn't very attended very well due to fair, I'm quite sure. We are going to do next week's fourth installment. That installment, again, 6 p.m., Central Baptist Church. It will cover the seeds of liberty, will be that section. Now for the big event, at least legislatively for the week, is Thursday, July 23rd, yesterday. I came up to Helena for a local government interim committee meeting. And the big topics of interest there were numerous, so I can't go over all of them. But the big one, in my mind, is a statewide public safety communication system. Runs out of funding July 1st, 2027. And we're putting up a committee bill out of that committee to continue funding for that beyond that. Right now, there's a 3.75 annual monies going in for the operation and maintenance and upgrades of the statewide public safety communication system. And that is old money. It is 2019 money, so inflation adjusted, that number needs to be bumped up to about 4.9 million, somewhere along in there. And I did have a meeting this morning with the folks from MTech. They're the folks who maintain that system and make sure it's operating properly, about just what they see as a need as far as what that 3.75 needs to look like. And their number comes in at higher than 4.9 million. And we discussed ways of bringing that down. You know, we don't want to increase taxes to pay for it. We don't. There's monies available in other places in the government. We just got to go after it. And part of that discussion also was the 911 next generation system, where the dispatch center consoles need to be upgraded to include current capabilities, current technical capabilities. Right now, everybody who has a cell phone or a landline pays $1, and 75% of that dollar goes to these 911 systems operations, and 18% of that dollar goes to the Department of Justice to fund the core services on those consoles, and then 7% is retained in grants so that municipalities and counties, if they need some extra money for their system, can apply for grants. But that dollar is, again, really old, and we just want to see what a new number would look like. There is going to be an avenue to not increase people's cell phone bill. There are other opportunities out there, like the Government Opportunity Trust Fund that we set up last session, much against my desire, but it passed anyway. But there's money available there to use for that purpose. Right now, that dollar gains about $16 million into a pot to run 64 dispatch centers around the state of Montana. And we need to raise that, get more money than just that $1 by not raising your fee on that phone or landline that you have. And again, up here in Helena, on the Capitol lawn, doing this radio show, because I just had a meeting with the folks who know more about that system. That's my interest in this local government interim committee. There's lots of other topics, but again, there'll be quite a bit of time on the air here to describe those. So heading back to Lewistown for the Central Montana Fair here pretty soon. As soon as the radio show here is over, get over there, spend a little bit of time there in Lewistown. And I get to come back tomorrow to drive the People Mover. Hope to be there a lot earlier to see people, talk to people at the Republican booth. So Heidi, that wraps it up, I believe. Any questions?
I don't have any questions, but you got roped into the People Mover, huh?
Yeah. I'm actually looking forward to it. All those are 2 o'clock. It'll be the heat of the day on the hottest day of the fair. So, but somebody's got to do it.
Right, that is so true. But it is a nice asset to the parking. It does help the people out a lot. So.
Yes, it does. And just to let folks know, they can come see these updates that I do on this particular radio show on my Facebook page, Shane Clacken for Montana, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. So, and by the way, not Facebook, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Also go to my website, shaneclacken.com, sign up for my newsletter. You get a letter every Wednesday. And I try to parallel what goes in the paper, but sometimes the paper, I can't get stuff in there because there's just a lot of material for them. So, but I still publish something every Wednesday in my website newsletter.
All right, well, you can say hi to Shane if you come out to the fair tomorrow at 2.
Yeah, if you need a ride, I'll be driving the People Mover.
The north end?
South.
Okay. All right, anything else, Shane?
Nope, that's it.
All right, yeah. You have a great day.
All right. Hey, thanks for letting me be on today, and looking forward to seeing people tomorrow.
All right, and I will be right back after this.
Thank you.